The first 3 to finish. We'll move on to the next round. Let's reveal and see what you're eating.
Oh, God.
It's moving.
This is beetle larva.
It's moving.
One of the main reasons why we all loved our favorite reality TV show Survivor was that it was filled with creative and wild challenges. And it was really fun to watch all the contestants have a unique approach at each of these games. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 best and wildest Survivor show challenges that I'm sure most of you remember. Number 10, Sumo at Sea. One of the most fun challenges to watch. To start off our list, we have Sumo at Sea. The challenge made its debut in Survivor Palau and was used in later seasons as well due to its popularity. In this challenge, one member from each tribe faces off on a platform surrounded by either water, used in seasons Palau, blood versus water, and San Juan del Sur, or mud, Fiji, and heroes versus villains. Using their padded bags or any other body part other than their hands, they must try to knock each other off the platform. If they succeed in doing so, they score a point for their tribe, and whichever tribe reaches the set points first wins the challenge.
Drew's now pushing back. These guys are fighting hard. Drew has Alec. Alec goes in. Who knocked scores?
Number 9, Will It Go Round? At number 9, we have one of the toughest challenges of Survivor, Will It Go Round? And we've seen a lot of contestants fail this one. In the challenge, contestants balance on a beam while holding a wheel and spinning a ball inside it. As the challenge continues, they must balance on more narrow sections of the beam. Not only do these players' arms tire from keeping the ball rolling around the wheel, but also it becomes more difficult to balance.
Narrow beam while spinning a ball inside a circular wooden track. At regular intervals, you'll move farther down the beam, making it more difficult. If your ball drops or you step off, you're out of the challenge.
Number 8, Bugging Out. Now this is a challenge I'm sure most of you remember, not only because of its difficulty, but because it was absolutely gross. In this challenge, castaways had to eat a variety of native, usually gross foods. This challenge has appeared multiple times throughout the Survivor series. Whoever finishes the dish first wins a point for their respective tribe.
First 3 to finish. We'll move on to the next round. Let's reveal and see what you're eating.
Oh, God.
It's moving.
This is beetle larva.
It's moving.
Number 7, Blind Leading the Blind. How much do the survivors actually trust their tribesmen? This challenge tested that. At number 7, we have Blind Leading the Blind. In the challenge, one castaway from each tribe would work as a caller, directing their blindfolded tribe mates in collecting items spread out in a field and returning them to their tribe's designated area. After they've collected all the items, the team has to complete another portion to win the challenge.
For today's challenge, one tribe member will be your caller. The rest of the tribe will be blindfolded. Using only verbal commands, the caller will direct the blindfolded tribe members to collect a series of very large and very heavy puzzle pieces.
Number 6, Mud Pack. One of the most repeated challenges on Survivor. At number 6, we have Mud Pack. Under a time limit, tribe members have to dive into a mud pit and cover their body with as much mud as they can. They then race back and scrape it off into a bucket. The tribe with the heaviest buckets win the challenge.
Challenge, you're going to dive into a pit of mud and cover your body with mud. You'll then race back and scrape the mud off into a bucket. You cannot carry mud in any fashion. The person with the most mud in their bucket after 10 minutes wins reward.
Number 5, Air Raid. Air Raid debuted in Survivor Worlds Apart and has since reappeared in Cambodia, Hero vs. Healers vs. Hustlers, and Ghost Island. In the challenge, the tribesmen have to reach a tower and try their best to knock down targets using sandbags launched from a huge slingshot. The tribe successful in knocking down all the targets first wins the challenge.
Joaquin scores first, Quebec, we're tied 2-2. Haley with a shot at that same target. She's off.
Number 4, Nut Bucket. At number 4, we have the Nut Bucket. The Nut Bucket, also known as a sack attack, is a tribal challenge that first appeared in Survivor Micronesia. A few contestants holding onto a rope connected to a large net, the remaining castaways attempted to shoot coconuts into the opposing tribe's nets, increasing the weight load. When all members of the one tribe have dropped their net, the challenge ends, with the opposing team winning.
Hold on to a rope which is attached to a net, while members of the other tribe attempt to shoot coconuts into the net. More coconuts in the net, the heavier it becomes until you can hold on no longer.
Number 3. Chimney Sweep. At number 3, Chimney Sweep tested the survivors' physical endurance. In this challenge, contestants stand between two walls with their feet perched onto two small footholds. In time increments, they step down to smaller footholds. Once on the smallest hold, they remain for as long as possible.
While your bare feet are perched on very narrow footholds. Every 10 minutes, you will move to an even smaller foothold. Once you reach the third and final foothold, you will stay there for as long as you can.
Number 2. Splashback. Probably the most painful challenge of all, Splashback really tested the contestants' strength. In this challenge, the contestants have to hold onto a rope while leaning over water. As the challenge continues, they're lowered closer to the water, which changes the angle of their body and makes holding onto the rope all the more difficult. The last leaning survivor wins the challenge.
You're going to balance on a very small perch while leaning back, holding onto a rope. Every 5 minutes, you'll move farther down the rope, making it more difficult. When you can't hold on any longer, you drop in the water, you're out of the challenge.
Number 1. Uncomfortably Numb. One of the hardest challenges to ever hit Survivor, and at its rightful place as number 1, we have Uncomfortably Numb. In this challenge, each contestant had to balance their feet on a very narrow perch adjusted for their height while holding a handle above their head. If at any point they let go of the handle or a foot comes off the perch, they're out of the challenge. The last person left standing wins immunity.
You're going to balance on a very narrow perch while holding a handle behind your head. If at any point you let go of the handle or fall off the perch, you're out.
Click one of the 4 videos on your screen right now, and we'll see you guys in the next one.